Well, hello everyone. It is Life Plan Just Me, Ed. As I said in my last video, I showed you some vegetables that I'm going to work with. Showed you how to cut up a rutabaga. Yes, I get all excited with rutabagas. I stopped. Remember, I'm not going to show you how I cook it all. I'm just going to talk about it because we could be here for hours. So last time I cut up the rutabaga, put it in the pot and boiled it so I can mash it down, make like a mashed potato thing. I also roasted a chicken. That's why I'm not, you see me sitting here for, 2 hours or an hour and a half roasting a chicken and looking at the camera? I don't think that would be a pretty sight. So anyway, tonight I'm going to talk about what I'm going to make tomorrow. Because I work, I did take vacation this week. It's probably the first time in ever, and I'm sorry to my family that I finally took a week's vacation. Just needed to unwind a little bit. So I spent time preparing for what I'm going to do tomorrow. That way it also makes the videos a lot quicker. So tomorrow I am going to make a vegetable, almost like a stew, a vegetable stew, I should call it, because it depends. If it's going to be watery, it's a soup. If it's thick, it's a stew. And I'm probably going to do something special to show you how to make it very meaty type stew and wonderful things like that. So let's get started, and then I'm going to show you how I finish off my dinner for tonight, which is what I prepared yesterday. And I cook a lot. I'm still not used to being 100% single, or not single, separated I should say. I cook a lot. I have great neighbors upstairs, Joe and Brooke. They have a little 4-year-old. They love my cooking, so whenever I get anything extra, I give it to them. I also freeze and make other meals, so I'm not so crazy, when I come home. Tomorrow, as I said, is going to be a vegetable stew. The reason I say vegetables is there's a doctor called Dean Ornish. My wife Donna, when I had my first heart attack, found this book on how to reverse a heart attack, and also another book that he wrote, How to Eat and Not Eat, How to Diet and Eat and Not Be Hungry. What he promotes is a very vegetarian type diet. So they're good books. Thanks to Donna, the first heart attack, the one side had a stent in the other, and on the other side was 67% blocked. We went on to this diet, the whole family, tofu and all, and by the time I went for my 6-month checkup to check on the left side at 67% blocked, it was gone. So it makes a difference. Eating right, getting rid of the fat, and everything else makes a difference. Anyway, so what I'm putting in my stew, or my soup, is this is the rutabaga. I'm going to cut it up and put it in the stew. Remember, it's like a potato. So I've already cubed it, and tomorrow when I make my stew, it will go in there. Now you have to watch your timing. Some vegetables, like the rutabaga, take a long time. So you're going to have to put it in there. I put it in with a little bit of water, steam it. When it's about halfway ready, then I start adding other vegetables. Then you'll see here, I'll just move some things around. I have broccoli, which cooks fairly fast, carrots, which will go in after the rutabaga, and then for a cabbage or something a little bit different is my Brussels sprouts. So I already have them cut up, and they'll cook down to where you almost don't even know that they're in there, but the flavor it adds is wonderful. Then I have traditionals, what I call traditionals for stew, is I have green peppers and onions, so they will go in the stew. And then I have green beans, which will go in the stew. These are fresh. Remember, fresh is better than canned or frozen. So whenever you can, try to get fresh vegetables. It's just a little, so it doesn't cost much. With these, you have to break the ends off so you don't get the string. I break it in half and I'm done. Break the ends, throw them there, and then that's done. So tomorrow is I'm going to make a stew type, but I'm also going to use beans. Beans are wonderful. Beans, lentils, they're great. They're good for your heart. In fact, it says it right on the bag, so it's got to be good for your heart. They are. They're good added protein, and I don't think I can see the protein is 8 grams of protein. So this will be my protein tomorrow. Now, the secret with beans is they have to either soak in water, just sitting out in the stove in a pot of water with a lid for 6 to 8 hours, or they tell you right on the back how to do it a quick method. And the quick method is put it in the pot, bring it to a boil, and let it boil for an hour and a half to 2 hours before you can use it. Don't think that you can ever take beans and just throw them in the pot and hope your soup turns out. It won't. What you can do, though, is canned beans are already to that consistency that you can just open it up and throw it in. Most people, as far as their experience with beans, is baked beans, which of course processed baked beans in a can is horrible with sodium and everything else, or like lima beans, which nobody likes. There's so many different beans. There's black-eyed peas. There's red beans, white beans. Just so many. There's different lentils. There's barley. My son, Paul, when he was little, used to love Friendly's ice cream parlor beef barley soup. I used to get it, gave him a taste, and then every time we went there, he was like little, like 3 or like 4 or something like that. Every time we got there, I had to get the beef barley soup, and he had to eat half of it. So with that, I also have, remember I said spice it up, change things. I have, and these are fresh packs. They're fresh. It's better than the dried that you already have. Sorry about that. Forgot to shut off the phone again. It's across the room. So this is parsley and this is basil. I couldn't find dill, or I would add a little bit of dill for tomorrow. So let me just grab the camera and we're going to walk over to the stove because I just want to show you how I finish off my dinner. So bear with me. We'll be done in a minute. Here we are. Get a view of my kitchen, a little view of my kitchen. And I'll set you here. And as I said, I made rutabaga last night. Here's the rutabaga. So I did make it last night. I roasted some chicken, or baked chicken. And here's the rutabaga. It's in the form of like a mashed potato. It is absolutely wonderful. Now, the same thing with anything. Spice up your food. Spice up your vegetables a little bit. So I already pre-boiled some asparagus. So it's in here. Now to make it a little bit better, I'll just take a little bit of olive oil. My friend, one friend Esther, said, well, what about olive oil? I like olive oil. Sometimes the taste, to me, changes things. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil over top of the asparagus. Just a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. I forgot to get fresh whole garlic. So I have this jarred minced garlic. I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic in here. There's the garlic. Black pepper. Yep, didn't want to take the lid off. I would have had too much pepper. As soon as I figure out how to open it here. Here we go. A little black pepper. Stir it around. Get it mixing. I can smell the garlic. And vegetables, the more you cook, this is a little overcooked because I steamed it and then put everything together. So it's a little bit overcooked. You can hear it. I have already almonds. You know, I love almonds. They're the best thing for you. I throw some almonds in here, just a little bit. Stir it around. Get everything nice and hot. Normally I would leave it on here for a little bit. But that's not the opportunity because I don't want to keep you here all night. I'm just mixing it around, straightening it out so it looks good when I plate it. So, a little bit of almond, shut this off. Oh, you can't see that? There we go. Now you can't see my plate. There it is. That's the beginning of it. I'm going to take a little bit of the almond and garlic. Throw it on there. Spread it around. Okay, here we go. Rutabaga, mashed rutabaga, asparagus with almonds and garlic, and some roasted chicken. A nice dinner. Well, thank you again. Share if you wish. Have a great night. As I said, tomorrow is going to be vegetable stew. And enjoy your evening. Thank you. This is Life Plan, Just Me. Ed. Have a good night. Bye.